I am Crystal Bork. I've been living in this area for about 24 years now. And I've watched it go from a flourishing, beautiful, people had gardens before, to now nobody knows what vegetables are.
Yeah, you actually became one of the recipients of the individual recirculating tower programs. Spring, they were really beautiful, full of vegetables. And what kind of things you had growing in there?
I had eggplant, I had cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, both bell, jalapeno, banana. I had basil and some lettuce that I was regrowing from organic lettuce picked up.
The system that we're proposing is a 20 tower system, which fits in about a 12 by 12 sort of space, and it looks like you do have space in your backyard here to fit that. What benefits do you see a project like this having for the larger community?
My being able to provide vegetables and fruits for more than just my house, this house, and the one across the street, because that's what I was able to do with the towers I had. I used those and I gave to her and the neighbors across, and then I gave to, in my family, and used what I had. On a larger scale, I can give to them.
The whole
lots
block.
and lots of people on my block that I know like vegetables, but they just don't have the thumb to
grow it
grow.
themselves.
Or the patience or the knowledge to know that you have to prune and you have to do this, that, and the other. They just don't, and I would love to be able to educate the children of this neighborhood. If I have these towers, I can say, come on guys, let's go learn a little bit about agriculture and all the great stuff that you need to live, not hot pockets.
Yeah.
This would be an actual dream come true for me. My little towers were a bit of a dream for me because I'd wanted them for so long, and a big one, and to be able to really help my community, all the better. All the better, because they definitely are becoming more receptive to the idea.
So you're seeing like even these small towers making a really great social impact.
Yes, because I was able to, oh, here, you want a cucumber? Look, come pick you some basil, and I tell them what to do with it and stuff, and they didn't know any of this before. Lady across the street had never had squash, never. So I cut her some up. I grew one nice, beautiful squash before they pulled my whole plant out, and I cut it up and I shared it between the three of us, the three households, and she really enjoyed it. So that kind of opened her up to say, oh, well, okay, maybe vegetables are good. And hopefully the health benefits of it would be immense in this neighborhood, because the rate of obesity is like, it's out there.
Yeah, and diabetes and all the heart disease and all these other health problems, and it could be solved by including a lot of vegetables in your diet.
Yes, and simply by educating people on vegetables and how they can be prepared so that they're tasty and palatable for them. I'd love to do that whole little scheme. Whole thing from beginning to end. This is how it starts, and this is where we end up. Here you go, enjoy.
So this is really a lot of tomatoes in here. Hi, so introduce yourself. And
I am Cassandra Brown. I live over here on Ambassador Mail, I guess considered West End.
Tell us how you got introduced to the neighborhood community garden on Facebook. Yeah.
On Facebook, and some other friends of ours, or mutual friends of ours, that pretty much wanted to do something better in the community and start something new, and something that would have some type of allow some type of progression with this side of town.
Yeah. And why do you think this side of town needs a community garden or those kinds of activities?
From my own visual knowledge from this side of town, not that it's kind of underprivileged, unknowledgeable. There's a lot of people in this area that don't know, much, or could stand to learn more about nutrition.
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, locally grown food, just fresh food, and learning the nutritional value of a lot of the things that I'm pretty sure they've never even seen before.
Yeah. So you volunteered at the community garden quite often.
Definitely on the volunteer days, and then I would show up randomly throughout the week, so maybe twice a week.
Yeah.
Twice a week.
Yeah, and did you find it to be a fun, enjoyable experience?
Very relaxing. Very fun, but relaxing for sure. if I could dedicate more time, I probably would stay in the green room, greenhouse longer. It's just, you know, kind of creates a sense of peace within myself. You know what I mean? When I'm there.
Very nice. So hopefully, through this Sylvia Harris Citizen Design Award, we'll be able to get funding to give people like yourselves who have gotten sort of the bug for gardening their own compact but high yield hydroponic garden system with 20 towers. And you're familiar with working with the project and the proposal. What we're trying to do is basically combine the community garden, the vertical towers of the community garden, with this system, with this pool, and have a recirculating system so that you can serve on water, and you have a very compact, high yield farm basically that can fit within a 12 by 12 space. This is a 10-foot diameter pool. It holds about 1,100 gallons of water, and it's actually connected to this rooftop of this warehouse next door to the community garden, and that water gets funneled down and spills out into this. I thought it would be a really great idea to put the recirculating towers, 20 of them, over this pool, and it's a mess in there right now, please excuse it, but yeah, 20 towers over this pool that would yield enough crops that if you sold them at the local farmers market here at going market rate, you could potentially own $4,000 a year. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna go into the greenhouse and talk a little bit about the sort of profit structure. Hoping to achieve with the prototype design and for the EKWAK Micro-farm is that it's a recirculating system. These towers, 20 of them, will be over the swimming pool, and so the water and the nutrients would actually drip back into the pool and get recirculated into the pots. And you can grow all kinds of great vegetables in here. We see eggplants, cucumbers, tomato plants, different herbs, carrots, beets, all kinds of things. And we've worked out over the past 2 years almost of doing this community garden and working with this system, we worked out a really great companion planting strategy so that we optimize the kinds of plants that go together within the tower so that you get the highest yield, the best quality, and the best beneficial characteristics with we worked that out and drew up a model for how we want our micro-farmers to plant their towers, and with the plantings that we suggest, they can yield up to $4,000 of plants that they could sell and produce that they can sell at the local farmers markets. So for this neighborhood, with being in a census block that has a median income of household income of $19,000, we have a lot of families living in poverty, and so a family having access to a growing system like this and like what we're proposing, it would be a really great help. And so we're seeing a lot of great social benefits and economic benefits coming from this project.